While Mother Nature has been doing her thing outside, I've been busy inside preparing my home for fall using all kinds of lovely and natural elements. So in today's video, I'm inviting you to tour my home as I prepare it for fall. Before we get going in today's video, I wanted to share with you a beautiful gift idea from our friends at Rose Forever. If you've been with us here at Relatively Refined for any length of time, you know how much joy flowers bring to my life. You've seen me out in my garden clipping them. I love to see cut flowers in vases all throughout my home. The downsides are that they don't last and they do trigger my allergies. Our friends at Rose Forever have found a way to create gorgeous floral boxes that can last as long as a full year. Rose Forever is a New York-based company that creates luxurious 100% natural, fresh rose boxes for us to enjoy. These roses are of the highest quality and preserved using natural oils and nothing chemical. Rose artisans create bouquets that arrive in round, square, and even heart-shaped boxes with 9 to 49 roses per box. Rose Forever sent me this gorgeous crystal box which has a drawer to keep jewelry or other items in. I love to keep it right by my bedside for when I remove my watch or jewelry at night. The bouquet then becomes not only beautiful, but practical and space-saving as well. Other boxes are made of vegan suede and velvet. And remember how I mentioned that floral bouquets cause an allergic reaction for me? Well, Rose Forever bouquets are allergen-free. Rose Forever delivers worldwide, and to receive a discount, there is a coupon code exclusively for our Relatively Refined viewers in the description box. Also, October is a great month to purchase Rose Forever because for every pink bouquet sold, Rose Forever donates $2 for breast cancer research. Honestly, Rose Forever is such a wonderful gift to send a loved one. It's unique and elegant and sure to be well received. Don't forget that coupon code in the description box with your order for a special discount. And thank you so much, Rose Forever. I wanted to show some of the things that I have gathered to prepare my house for fall. I don't do a ton of indoor fall decorating. I live in Vermont and the real show is outside with the changing leaves. And I also do change things up for Halloween. So it's a really short season. And I feel like fall just gets shorter every year because it is, you would know it from my sweater, but it has been for about a week in the mid 80s here in October. So it's really, it doesn't feel like fall. And I know in lots of places that's the same way. So I try to do as much as I can using natural elements, using things that I can, when the season is over, I can compost or dispose of in that way. Because I'm really limited on storage, I just really don't like to store a lot of things, particularly for such a short season. So I'm going to start with something that I did purchase, but it is from nature. And this is, I grew up calling these a Japanese lantern. And this is a plant. It does grow around here. It is sometimes referred to as a Chinese lantern or a ground cherry or a bladder cherry, which is a very unappealing name, I know, but I think it has to do with the shape of the calyx, which is shaped like a bladder. But at my local health food store, they had these last year as well. They were selling these, and I think they were, depending on how many of the lanterns, they were $2 or $3 a stem, and all of the money went to a local charity. So last year I wanted to get some, and when I arrived at the store, they were sold out. This year I didn't wait, and I went right in and got 3 stems. This one's my favorite because I love the hook of it. It just, to me, looks like a staff. I just love it. And it's just loaded with cherry, well, I guess ground cherries or lanterns. Again, we used to have these when I was a kid. My mom would pick these locally, and we always had Japanese lanterns, we called them. I absolutely love them. So these will be just stuck in and out and about in my home. And I did look into growing these, but they are invasive. But if I can just purchase them and have the money go to charity, I'm happy with that. And I also don't know how, they're very fragile, so I'm not sure about storing these. We'll see. I've already lost a few. And so these I will scatter around. They do make pretty tables, it does make pretty table scatter. So I do have several of these that fell off. So they are very delicate. These are a couple of different ones that I got. But to me, that is so fall. And I'm just so happy with these. I also tend to pick up gourds and small pumpkins to put around the house. I love these little, I don't know if they're a gourd or an actual pumpkin, but they're so cute. Look at the top of it, and they're flat. So these are great for just like putting on a plate. Here's my my little Johnson Brothers fruit plate, and just putting these throughout the house. Just adorable. It's a nice touch on a bookshelf. These will sit in a bowl or on top of anything. They're just a great little accent. And I think I got these at the co-op for $1. So it's a small investment, and when you're done, you can compost them, you can use them. My sister Kathleen, I'll try to link a video above where she hollowed these out. I don't know, I think it was just on her table, but she hollowed them out and put tea lights in them. So how cute is that? So I just find these little gourds just a fun thing. I think I got about a half dozen of them. Here's a white, I usually get a couple white ones. And this one is so cute. The shape of this one is so adorable. It's kind of triangular shaped. It's really cute. And it has the most adorable stem. This was my favorite stem. And the white ones are nice to put around. I tend to like the orange because I have a lot of white in my house, but if you're the opposite, if you have a lot of color, these white ones are super sweet. And then I always like to get at least one variegated or green one for something different. So I love this variegated orange white with a little bit of green striations in it. And so again, you can just put these in a bowl. You can scatter them throughout your house. It's a really affordable, space-saving way to add some decor, and it's natural. It's a real live element that you can add to your home. So the other thing I got, this is not live. This is the only non-organic, I guess, purchase that I made, and it is this garland. Now, here's the story behind this. In our fall tablescape video, which I will link above, I had a centerpiece. I'll show you. It was this white, I think it was in that one, this is white pumpkin, and then I have just a black pedestal, just a black pedestal for it to sit on. Well, it was very plain, and when I watched the video, it's just really bothering me. But I don't have like a Hobby Lobby or anything like that near me, and I'm very fussy about faux florals in my home. I really like nice ones. I'm just fussy, and because of where I live out in the country, it's just so hard for me to not use real items. So at Goodwill, I found this strand of, I think it's supposed to be bittersweet, but I'll hold it up. It is beautiful. This is super heavy. I mean, there's a couple things you can look for. The berries on it are not foam, so they're not going to peel. They are almost like a rubber or a plastic, but they're not foam. So, sometimes you'll have the foam berries and the paint on them will peel off. That will not happen with these. So, and it had you know, it was hung up and it still had like this really cute little gingham bow on it. So I suspect this was from, you know, a store that, like a home interior type store. And it has a nice thick base. So it's really, it's when you manipulate it, it will stay. So I thought that I would try to kind of make this into a circle shape and put it on the center of that pedestal to put the pumpkin on top of. So I'm gonna wrestle with this a little bit. And at Halloween, I'll change this out and I have a black wreath that I put under it. But for fall, I thought the orange would be nice. So I'm just gonna set this on top of it. And I like that already. I'll pull the camera down and you can get a close up, but you may not need it because I'm actually gonna take you on a tour of the different little fall items around my home and how I've decorated. So I am pretty happy with that. This was $6 at the Goodwill. And I've never bought anything like that there or seen anything like that. So I was very happy to have that. I think this looks much better with these berries underneath it. It makes the pumpkin it just adds a nice detail and a nice element. So that's what I purchased. Let's go ahead and walk around the house and see the different little areas all decked out for fall. And I'll start this tour where I like to start every tour, in my kitchen, which is the heart of the home. And all I've done here on my great big island is fill a glass bowl with freshly picked local apples and light a fall scented candle, which is on one of those Johnson Brothers bread and butter plates that I recently purchased at the barn sale. You will see those plates throughout this video in various places because they are just perfect for fall. And I don't think there is a more simple or easy centerpiece than fruit. And there's one of those little pumpkins just scattered around as you will see them throughout this video. There's my favorite little pumpkin. And here is the centerpiece. You're going to see it here on my table and also on my hunt board where I ultimately leave it so that I can use my table for dinner. I was so happy with that garland. And this pumpkin is real. You can see the scars. So there it is on my hunt board. And the Japanese lanterns, I just stuck inside of these hurricane glass. Now, obviously, I wouldn't light a candle with those inside there, but I do like the way that looks. So my plan is to remove the candle and leave the Japanese lanterns inside the hurricane. Because it's tall, it will hold them. And a traditional vase, the calyx, the little lanterns, don't fit inside, if that makes sense. So this is wide enough they can sit there, they're protected, and they're behind the glass, and I think it'll be perfect. So my plan is to remove the candles and candle holders and just put these gorgeous Japanese lanterns inside of the hurricane glass. This is the one I really love because I love the shape. If you're hearing background noise, it is the fan on this computer. It is not loving things right now. It continues to overheat, so I apologize for that background noise. And stepping into my living room, you can see how simple it is. I have a couple of these pillows from Joann Fabrics. I've had them for years. And of course you have to have a throw for fall or winter on the back. And there on the side table next to that Baldwin brass lamp, you will see the little Johnson Brothers plate and a little pumpkin on top of it. And whenever I'm having a beverage there, that pumpkin will come off and that plate will become a coaster. And there's my Baldwin brass lamp. I just love that. I probably could use a new shade, but for now that pleated one works fine. And this coffee table is a working coffee table. We do puzzles and games on it, so I like to keep it pretty clear. I just have this false graph platter with some of the pumpkins and a few of the Japanese lantern calyxes sprinkled on there. Hurricane glass with a candle in it, which I should have lit for this video, but I certainly will tonight. And there's a snuffer next to it. And the nice thing about having things in a platter is if you need more space, you can just remove it all in one fell swoop. And I have to bring you to the corner of this room to see this print. It is one of my favorites, and it to me is so evocative of fall and frankly Christmas as well. I am so drawn to fruits, pears, plums, and those colors, the green, the gold. I just love this. So I just wanted to show that to you. I would love to find more. Now we're heading to the other side of the home where I have my sitting room. I changed out the fireplace mantle, and I had to show you this is the potpourri that I purchased at the barn sale. And it's unreal. It is so beautiful with big, big pine cones and fruit and moss-covered pieces of, I think they're wood chips. It is absolutely beautiful. And the smell is very, very nice. It's a kind of a balsam and earthy smell. Not overpowering and just beautiful. But put in this Wilton Armatel bowl, it just to me looks so classic and elegant. And I love the way it looks next to those Crate and Barrel silver candlesticks with the orange candles that I actually thrifted. And you'll recognize the turkey platter that I got at Goodwill and a couple of pewter candlesticks, which I love. I'm still on the hunt for the wider candles, but I have put some LED votives in there and those work just fine. I'm loving the brown and the cream, the green, and the natural look of this fireplace mantle this fall. I love it. And in that same room, there's a built-in bookshelf. And I have not done much here. I honestly just put a pumpkin on that recently thrifted urn on the bookshelf. And this urn actually makes a nice bookend. I had to put a glass, an upside down glass in there to hold that up.
Sometimes just seeing a pumpkin or some sort of fall element tucked in the corner is all you need. This is just some fall leaves and some dried hydrangea put inside of a champagne bucket. And it does have some fairy lights in there as well. This is the only thing in the dining room you're going to see today because my husband is using it as an office. But this little corner I do love. And all I did on top of this table is put a little orange pumpkin. I love the black and the gold in here on this table. And speak of pumpkins, here's my front porch. All I've done is just put some corn stalks here, wrap them with some lights. And I did swap out my wreath to this beautiful fall wreath. This is from Costco. It replaced, I bought it a few years ago to replace my previous Costco wreath that the birds had pretty much destroyed, and it was also quite faded. So this one still looks lovely. And here's just some more of the dried hydrangea. I just put them in a pitcher on my porch. That's the Wilton Armitel underplate. It's a mess because the hydrangea leaves are dropping, but I think that looks lovely next to the rocking chairs, and that's a great way to spend cool fall mornings having my coffee. And then my back deck, I just put mums out here, and actually it's so windy on this side of my house that I really don't do much out here because it will blow. That's actually a metal urn right there, and a crock and a basket. I definitely like the orange mums, if you can't tell. They're my favorites.
I wanted to share with you a few things that are going into our shop. If you're not familiar with it, if you go to relativelyrefined.com, we have a shop. And in the shop we have Kathleen, Paula, and I have various items from our homes that we are ready to rehome. Some of them are recent thrift finds that we just couldn't leave there, and some are things that we replaced with recent thrift finds, which is the case of what I have here. In my home tour, I did not take you into my dining room because my husband is using it like a home office right now, and there's stuff everywhere. There's stuff everywhere. Trust me when I say that. And I do have a corner cupboard in there, and I would typically have a lot of my beloved blue and white chinoiserie style dishes. Well, I decorated that mantle that you saw in the video for fall, and I decided I think I may be moving on from some of the blue and white. I think I'm going to let some of it go. I'm going to keep some, but I am going to let some of it go. And so I have just white ironstone in that corner cupboard. I like the creams and the whites and the browns and the sort of natural green, almost like a sage type green, a little bit more right now than I'm liking the blue. So a couple of things that are actually in the shop right now. if you're interested. I just wanted to give you a heads up. One is this beautiful large teapot. I have never used this for tea. In fact, it still has the stickers on the bottom. This is Andrea by Sadek. Some of you will be familiar with that company. And I believe it's ceramic. There is not a mark on this. There's not a chip, crazing, nick, anything. And like I said, it's never held liquid. It's a pretty octagonal design, and it has this lovely chinoiserie pattern. So this I am going to let go unless I change my mind, and then I'll take it off the shop. But right now, it's in the shop. And the other item that is in there are these sweet Churchill Blue Willow cups and saucers. There is a set of 6. These also have never been used, and they are in the shop as a set of 6. So those are a couple of things that are in the shop. I also wanted to let you know, I'm going to link it above, that if you haven't gone back in our videos, we have a video from last October, which was a 3 Sisters Halloween tablescape video, and it is one of my favorites. And if you go back and watch it, you will see the 3 of us set a Halloween table in 3 different ways. And again, it is one of my favorite videos. It's so funny because all of ours are different, and yet they are also very similar. So I'm just going to put a link here. I really encourage you to go watch that if you're looking for some tabletop inspiration for Halloween. I think you'll get it from there. I went back and watched it because there's a few things on each of my sisters' table that I just really love. And so go ahead and watch that and let us know what you think.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you won't miss out on any of our videos. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye now.